Yo, what is up, guys? It is your boy Lucidius back in the studio, crafting up a new video. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling good, y'all. We're popping these out, we're banging these out. I'm feeling fucking fly. Anyway, guys, as you could see by the title of this video, we have an opioid story. Let's fucking go. This was about the time I did perks at work. And you know, this entire phase of my life, I just briefly touched on it. I had just started working at a pharmacy and I had gotten a new car. Was a crazy phase. There's a lot of stories from this, so stay tuned for those. But to sum it up, I had met this woman. I forgot what I named her, but I made a story. My last video about perks, which was like almost a year ago now, this woman was in the story. And we're going to just call her, you know, we're just going to call her Nicole. I don't give a shit. Her name's Nicole, right? And me and Nicole had a very interesting relationship, to say the least. I don't even want to really speak about it, but it got weird. It was very odd, but it was drug related. It was very drug related. And it was basically transactional. That was the foundation of it. We would just trade drugs. I had a really good supply and a very good connection to very illicit substances. And one of those substances was ketamine. And you see, Nicole was an ex-crack addict. She was also an She was also an ex-cocaine addict. So she couldn't do stimulants, and luckily, stimulants were never really my thing, to be completely honest. I tried cocaine once, which I will make a video about, but I didn't really give a shit about those. I was more into downers and ketamine, and I fucking loved ketamine so much. And that's kind of how our friendship started. I would just trade ketamine, and I would get like clonazepam, and once a month, she would get her script for like 60 Percocets, and oh my gosh, that was my favorite time of the month because I would always get like 10 sometimes, you know. But one day, after fucking partying with her all night, like just drinking alcohol and doing drugs, I came into work so hung, like so fucking hungover. My head was pounding and shit. And I told her about this, like I messaged her like an hour before coming to work telling her about this, and she kind of expressed the same feelings and sentiment. But I get into work and I'm starting my day, and I visibly look like shit. Even my boss, the pharmacist, was like, "Oh, you don't look too good." And I'm like, "Yes, bro. I just didn't get a lot of sleep last night, you know? I'm just working so hard that I didn't get enough sleep, sir. I'm so sorry." But Nicole knew what was up, and she knew exactly how to dose me and treat. She knew exactly how to fix me. She was the pharmacist today. And she like walks by me, and it was like a scrunched up piece of paper, and she like fucking hands it to me in the most sly way possible. And at first I'm like incredibly confused, but I unravel it, and it is 3 perky yerkies. They were perk 5s to be exact. And oh my gosh, I actually seriously felt like a 9-year-old on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, you could say. I was fucking exhilarated. I've never been happier. I actually don't think I've felt that much dopamine since then. So I get to like a little place where I could like secretly pop these motherfuckers, and that's exactly what I do. I pop them with a sip of water, and I get on my day. And she had taken at this point like fucking 10 to 15 of these suckers, bro. And there's like acetaminophen in these things too. Like, I always was really concerned for her liver, honestly. I think I touched on that on my last Percocet video, because she just would like drink and pop fucking benzos and a bunch of opioids too, which had acetaminophen in them. And so it's like, it's kind of a miracle that she's still alive, you know. But nevertheless, I did not give a shit. I popped these motherfuckers. She was on them too. And at first I'm working and all's going well. They start to kick in, and I'm feeling that nice, beautiful buzz, that a wonderful, amazing high. But it quickly becomes like way too fucking overwhelming, which was really weird for me, because in the past I had done like higher amounts at her house, like 20, 30 milligrams. And I had never felt this fucking sedated. I literally was nodding off while I was doing a fucking expiry check for all the supplements. And once this started happening, I literally couldn't control the nod. I caught myself nodding, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I'm literally in the middle of a grocery store in the pharmacy department. Like, I need to lock the fuck in, you know? So I walk up into the actual pharmacy to talk to Nicole and tell her what the fuck was going on. And her ass is sitting on the ground, nodded off, thank the Lord that the pharmacist wasn't here. He was using the bathroom, but she was literally sitting on the ground, fully nodded off. And at this point, I was like, oh my gosh, we're both fucked. Like, we're actually cooked. We're literally working in a pharmacy high on opioids. This could not have been a worst case scenario. And I quickly wake her the fuck up. I'm like, yo, Nicole, you cannot nod off. And she's like, no, I'm not. Like, literally talking like that. I'm like, oh my God, we're cooked. Like, oh my God, we're so fucked. I'm like, yo, I'm nodding the fuck off. I do not know what to do. I'm feeling, and I started to get sick too, and I told her about that. And she gives me like a ginger gravel. Like, what the fuck is that gonna do? I just took 15 milligrams of fucking oxycodone, basically. I'm cooked. There's nothing saving me. And because of all the anxiety and just me tweaking, because I was literally nodding off, I was like, fuck, bro, I can't, this can't happen. And I started to get so sick, and I tried to fight it for like as long as I could. But it was just too late. I like fucking basically almost ran to the customer washroom. And the whole time I'm like praying to God there isn't some old man blowing that toilet up with a stinky shit. And I get in there. Thank God no one was in there. And I just obliterate that toilet with throw up, bro. Like, throw up everywhere, man. And my throat was like purple and shit because I drank a smoothie earlier. It was cooked. And my high was gone after that. That's unfortunately how it works with opioids. But I would rather it be that way, you know? I did not feel like nodding off at work anymore. It was unprofessional, to say the least, and it was a horrible feeling. And after that, I came back. I was basically cold sweating. It was still on my forehead. And Nicole was like, oh, did you throw up? And I was like, fuck yeah, I did. And I'm so glad I did because I feel way better now, you know? And she was just so fucked. I ended up driving her home and hanging out with her, and I had to leave early because she just nodded off, and I was just like, fuck, I'm hanging out with a fucking brick right now, you know? There's nothing I can do. Bless her heart. I hope she's doing well, you know? And there's a lot more stories where that came from, but that was just a particular time that, you know, shit hit the fan a little bit. So yeah, if you guys did enjoy that one, obviously leave a like and subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.